Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Um, yeah, I'm here again. New week. Ran a little bit of a poll over on Mastodon yesterday, and it seems like doing a Fluxstorm is the winner for today's concept, which is cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I think what we're gonna do is a group of people sort of tucked in and trying to hide from a Fluxstorm. Um, yeah, all right. Probably going to start with some terrain. Circle. Yes. 40 meters is probably good. 20. Yep, 40 meters. Not too big, but, it's all right. Inset. Probably too much. Yep. Inset. There we go. And maybe we will put our heroes here in the center and then radiate out from there. Let's grab some edges. Actually, let's grab these edges. Yeah, and turn on proportional editing, and GZ, and then just G. Do we have, is it proportional on? Yeah. Let's make it bigger. There we go. That's better. And G. Gonna take this here down a little bit, like that. Maybe we'll take this face here and just poke it. There we go. I don't know if the Ngon really matters in the case of what we're doing, but and just creating a bit of a varied space. Let's grab this. Kind of create just an area of buffered protection. Like that. Like that. There we go. That seems kind of cool. Let's save and give it a go. 240205.1 live stream Fluxstorm. Okay. Now, do we want to re-topo this? Maybe we do. Let's try it. Right now, there's going to be a lot of detail right there in the center, and I kind of like to make it a little bit more universal. So let's take it to quad count 250 remesh. And see if we look at it now, that's a lot more consistent. It also kind of circles out more. Get rid of the original one. I think that's going to do us better. We can still make more changes if we need to, but hey, append. No, not auto terrain generator. Auto rocky desert. Node tree. Terrain. Now let's assign it. Let's see what we get. It's pretty cool. It's still too rocky. I think we're going to get rid of the rocky on this one a little bit more. We could just go for a straight single node. But maybe let's keep a little bit of difference just because. Scale difference 0.05, 0.15, 0.07. Interesting. Strength of 3 as well. Getting kind of a weird lip now, though. Morning, Micah. Yeah, weekend was all right. Can't complain. I mean, I can complain. I can complain about anything, but it wasn't too bad. 0.55. No, that seems okay. Don't really like that lip, though. It's where the two edges of our shapes are overlapping. But I think that's a good amount. Maybe strength of 4? Sure. But let's fix this lip. Turn off that. Yeah, there's not really much to fix, is there? But let's see what happens if we add another face. See if that helps us out. No, actually makes it worse. Is that better? No. We can always complain. Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? It's not worth. Actually, like the better a little bit higher too. Try that just to see. Yeah, it's not worth that. So rather than have it, we're just going to get rid of it by just doing this. Yep. There we go. That's well. No, we still got a little bit of one, don't we? Interesting. Scale 3. See if this changes it. There we go. Well, that gets rid of it. Makes it very smooth, though. Let's see if we increase the strength to 5. That's okay. If we increase the strength to 5, let's see if we increase the scale to 0.025. Because we could give us a bit more. No. 2. I just want to do it to the bare minimum of getting rid of that thing. That seems to get rid of it. Let's go back to strength of 4. No, 5 is good. Hi, Anmi. Good to see you. It's been a little while. 'Tis a pleasure to see you. All right, there we go. So we got a little bit of like a hollow area, and we can hide some people there. Maybe we should put a person in so we can just double check our scale too. Because it can get very easy to think you're working at one scale and not be if you're not careful. Like, watch this be like way huge. It's pretty huge, actually. Yeah, it's actually pretty huge, which we don't like. Let's turn off that and S Z and bring it in just a little bit, which probably means 1. Bring this forward just a little bit. We're going to increase that angle to emphasize it more now that we've shrunk it down some, but the height seems better. Let's just say S, Y. There we go. That brings that in. And then there we go. Now let's try it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I like our little wall. That's cool. Let's, we got that again. Slight overlap there. Damn it. And I don't know why, but it just bugs me. So let's separate these out a little bit more, give them a bit more room. See if that helps. Okay, that's a little better. It's still, no, just a tiniest little bit. We'll live with that. It's a little puckered seam. That's fine. There were railings. There were railings last week just because you weren't there for them. There were railings. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like that terrain. That looks cool. And let's go ahead and apply it. Now, what do we want to do next? Do you want to lay it out as ground first? Maybe we do. Maybe some water. Circle S25, so it's a bit bigger. Yeah. Scale, tab, F, tab, GZ. Bring it down like that. Of course, that gives us water like right underneath our hollow, which, yeah, not that it's not necessarily a good thing to have. Actually, it might be nice for bounce. Maybe I'll take that back. That could be cool. There is water. Le water. All right, save. Quit the stupid accents. Q, add modifier solidify. A bit more than that. Cool. There's our water. So let's just move it to water. Yeah, umbrella turned into a snake while you weren't looking. Yeah, quite possible. All right, cool. And we'll just use botanic, or rather aquatic, sorry. Material, water, yeah. And we'll go with the pond, because we're kind of going to go swampy, I think. Take a look. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's cool. Sounds good. Now, what kind of landscape do we want on this and other things? This is going to be one of those scenes that we have time to really kind of get into making it very precise if we want to. So that'll be cool. And maybe a little bit of posing on characters too, which will mean characters. Um, I think we're going to keep this ground. I wasn't sure if we'd make it greener, but I think we're going to add geometry nodes to it. So I think let's start with geometry nodes now, just to try to get a sense of what our terrain looks like. Ground. We're just going to rename it to ground. And biome scatter. Let's see. I think I might go with one of these sort of mossier biomes. Let's try mix 3. And I might even let it come up through the water on this one because I kind of want to be more like puddles than a pond. Although we do lose a lot of it in there, but it's not so bad. That's fine. I think we want to bring back some of our cliff edge though. So we're going to have to go through and change that. Let's just add some slope control. Maybe let's just do one at a time too. All right. There we go. This one, slope control. And we're gonna allow a little bit more than 15, maybe like 35 degrees. Even a little more than that. Let's go to like 45. 40. Yeah, it's not absolute slope. Slope control sounds like an indie band. It totally does. Branch coverage. Let's do the same thing for it, but we're gonna let its slope be like 20. Also no absolute. Turn back on. Cool. And then leaf coverage, we'll turn these off just to decrease our, well, we'll try. And this one, and let's just go to there so we can see it. Leaves, slope, 22 with a 5-degree transition, just because I feel like being different. Cool. Yep. And then moss species 7. I don't know that it needs slope. Let's see. So I just turned it on. Well, let's see what it looks like. And we'll go to slope, sure, of 50 degrees with a 5-degree transition. So it goes less, but there we go. So now we have stuff's growing up the sides, and that's cool. I like it. Do we want to add another one? We could. Trying to think if we got something that I think would be cool. Well, I do want something that'll be a bit further out too. So, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna put in biome 2 for the what you call it, evergreen trees, the pine biomes. And this is a lot more. It's probably hiding most of our water right now. Let's see. Yeah, it is. It's a little too much. So the first thing I'm going to say, let's upward obstruct on water, just to get it further away from us. Should bring back some of that. Cool. Now let's see what kind of stuff we have if we look at it piece at a time. I got too much stuff. Branch is dead. We have way too many of those for one thing. I'm just going to cut the distribution down a lot, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to set it to slope again and not absolute. Let's see what that looks like now. I don't mind a couple of those floating around. I think they're kind of neat actually, but yeah, that's okay. I like that. Don't need too many of them, particularly because we have other stuff here. Grass dead. I'm going to turn off our moss too. Grass dead. I don't hate that. Let's cut it down a little bit. And it's not really on any angle anyway. Okay. Bush. Let's do our bush on our angles. And still, I guess that's a flat. I don't really want a bush right there. Let's just try distribution. Oh, I'm not on the right one. That's why. I took that down too much too, didn't I? Yes. No? That's all right. That's okay. What am I doing here? Bush. And slope. Now. Yeah, okay. Now it's on slope. Grass dead. This is when I had the slope to before, which I don't need. There we go. Now we're good. Make sure you're on the right ones, folks. Grass. Also definitely on the slope. Absolute slope. And I think I'm going to cut it down too. Grass tall. Certainly slope. There we go. Trees. They seem good to me. I'm all right with that. Okay, so let's turn this whole biome on just this one right now and see how we feel about it. That's okay. Particularly if we were to turn on this as well around it. Let's just turn it all on for right now. Let's see. And are we feeling okay about that? I think we might be. I think the grass dead's not. Is it grass dead or grass tall is not working for me? Which one is this? This is grass dead. Yeah, grass dead's not really working for me on this one. Let's just get rid of it. I feel like I want it more green than that, and have more room for us to see our characters. So that feels better. A little scrubbier. Cool. So I think I might want a couple of trees kind of here and here. And I think we'll just do that on our own. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put some trees in. I just want to see them this time too. I'm going to turn off geoscatter. Speed us up quite a bit. Shrink this down so I can actually see what I'm doing. And I guess we'll move this off into its own area too. There we go. And close this area. Right. Botanic. I want to go for some deciduous trees, even though we've got some coniferous as well. I just think it's going to need to have a bit of both. Let's see, how's this tree? How are we feeling for this? There's one. And ooh, we could just do, what would it be like to have like a dead tree here? Like that. Down a little bit. And oh, that's huge. We don't want that. That's too big a tree. Scale's hard to tell on that one. Yeah, actually, I've been looking at it this way, but I think I have more tree options here because some of those were not attached, were they? Let's see. Polygon queue, spawn asset. Yes, we do have those E trees, whatever. And I like the vines on this one a lot. We used it in our switchback the other day. It was good. So let's use it again, like here. It gives us something with a bit more visual interest up close. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, this one has snow on it. We gotta get rid of that. Editable. No snow on our dead tree. Snow amount 0. There we go. Now it's a dead tree and not a winter tree. Cool. And maybe a log or two. I of course closed my browser because I keep doing that. So let's duplicate it again. Get it out of there. I don't know why I keep wanting to close them. Like, oh, I have everything I need. Close it. No, don't do that. But I keep doing it. I wonder, end stumps. Do those look cooler? They do look cool. I just don't want it to look cut is the problem. And I think it might. It's not too bad. It just looks stumpy. I do like it. We can try. Oh yeah, what is this? Let's see how this goes. Whee! I don't know how that's gonna be. I don't hate those three, but I don't know that that's exactly how we want to do it. I think it'll be okay. Particularly, it's gonna be pretty dark. So let's just try it. Let's leave it alone for right now. Let's turn back on Geoscatter and see what we got for our whole thing. Yeah, particularly with the other stuff in there, it's not too bad. The only other thing we could do is if we take, let's turn off Geoscatter. We take this object and join it to our ground. Turn back on Geoscatter. Yeah. And now we have stuff climbing up it and on top of it. Cool. Simple way to do that. I could have just copied and moved the stuff too, but I don't mind it being part of the same. Yeah, cool. Like that tree. Like our dead tree. Don't like that at all. This is that. What you call it? I want something here just to hide that. This one piece is just going off the edge, unfortunately, which is annoying. Just take an Ian shrub while I'm here. Put it there. I think that's better. It's hiding the hole. Let's see. You might want to make it vertical though. Yeah, sure. Bring it down a little bit. Now you're not going to notice that that's doing weird shit, even if it is. And it is. Yeah, I'll put a few more of those up there too. Nice. So make sure it doesn't also do the same thing and get wonked out. Just a little bit of random noise. And that feels good. Doesn't feel like it's sticking up. And if we bring back in geoscatter, everything is much slower. Maybe I'm just going to turn off the tiny ones. I want to keep the big ones so I can see what the heck I'm doing. But the tiny ones, compositionally, but the tiny ones don't do much for us. I don't need that on. Don't need that on. Don't need that on. I'm going to leave that one on. It's just big enough. And these are pretty fast. So let's see if that makes this okay. That's not bad. See, we're still getting a little bit of an overhang here. Yeah, it's a heck of a... Hi, Michael. Good to see you again. There we go. That's going to help that a bit, I think. Although, honestly, we could just get rid of this one there. That might be better. It's grass, I think, right? No? Tall grass? Yes, tall grass. So first off, let's just try switching our distribution, see if we can get rid of that one off the top. Or make it better when it's not quite there. There we go. That might be even better. No, no, that's not. Is that better? No, it's just going along the rim there is going to always be a problem. So let's turn off geoscatter. I'm going to turn off botanic too so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Of course, these don't matter. Tab, C, enter, plus, plus, create a vertex group. Great. And tall grass is just going to call from group 1. And I should name it, but I'm not going to. And turn back on geoscatter. And there we go. Yeah, it's still going there. Few needs to be a bit bigger than I guess. Tab. Yep. Let's see. All the way to there. There we go. Assign. Good. No more weird tall grass there. We should have enough other stuff that we're good, and we're going to be playing more in there anyway. So that should be fine. 34 minutes. We are doing excellent. So we got our ground. We got our little puddle of water. We got some terrains. We got some plantages. Let's just put another couple of them up here too. And oh, that's a big one, but I like it. Okay, if we can hide it like that. Oh, there we go. That's cool. I do like that plant. Let's see. Yeah, I like that one there. I do. And I like these here too. Let's try this another small fern here. We might have to shrink it down. These were before Ian was doing everything particularly scaled right, so I'm not going to let it affect us. There we go. Just to get something, I want to get something that we look up like this, we see some plants, because I think this is going to be one of our angles that we're going to deal with. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. I like our tree. Dead. All that's good. Turn back on botanic. Cool. Geoscatter's on, but we're missing a little bit of our coverage, but that's fine. I think that's good. Let's get a little less space here now. Just take a look. And that feels aight. Now we want to make it stormy. Fluxstorm does not necessarily mean rainstorm, but it could. We haven't done one in a while. The problem with rainstorms is going to be like how close we get to these plants, because we can't get really good, because these are scattered instances. It's a pain to get the water on the leaves and that kind of stuff. But if we can just sort of establish that it's wet, that might work okay. Let's try it. You can always turn it off later if we're like, yeah, it looks like ass. Where's the rain? Used it in a while. I think I missed it. Bag of rain is what it's called, right? Yeah. Bag of rain. There we are. 7. Shift S2 or Shift S1 to the center. Add rain. And where's our rain object? Oh, no. I don't want that to be our target to be the fern. I want the target to be the water or the land. I think the water. There we go. Yeah. So we got rain coming down. And if we click on our water, we can add the rain shader to that. See what it does. Can't remember if it worked or not. Yeah, we're getting some water droplets on there. Some splashies. That looks cool. Now, I don't sure if it worked on geos on the ground, on auto landscape, but let's try it and see. I think I tried before and it didn't. But yeah, it just makes everything wet or like not wet. Dark because it's a multi one. Let's go look at it. Let's see. Save. Shading. Actually, let's go back to gray because I don't need to see it right now. On this one, we've got our initial water, and it's adding our rain generator here. Then this one, this is our ground, and it's a mix shader. Is that what's causing the problem? Shouldn't be, but let's try it again and see. This one. Control C, and we'll go back to our ground. Control V, and shader, and shader, and let's see what it does. Solo it. Yeah, it just turns everything to water, basically, which is sad. We don't want that. Does it work if we do, I'm just curious. This, does that work? No. All these mix shaders, that doesn't like it for some reason. Ground color, watercolor. Can we do this? And I'm curious. This, that just makes everything that one ground and gives it, yeah, it's only doing the, let's go look, tab. These are all of those. Yeah, I know, right? Actually, let's try something else. Let's see, can we do it this way? Can we do an add shader? Take this one, and this one, and this one. That works. Just as an add shader. Woohoo! Cool. Now can we? We're not displacing. Kill the density down. That's probably the. There's our water scale. I like that. Water density. Water propagation. No. It's very smooth. On the other hand, with perhaps that's okay when we have our other stuff too. Is it? Might be all right because we're going to have the plants on there as well. It should be okay. And our raindrops will actually look like raindrops when it renders if we want it to be rain. That's the next question is, do we want it to be rain? It doesn't have to be. It could be anything. So right now, there's our droplet. And it's just that with our splash material on it. But we could make it like blood if we wanted to. I think we won't, and I think it's just because if we do, it will we'll notice it not on the trees more. So I'm going to be lazy in that sense right now because I have the option to be. It's okay. I'm going to turn off the rain generator just so we don't have blobs everywhere. Okay. And that looks good. Yep. Where are we at? 45, doing okay. Let's see. Did the other thing ever open? Yes, it did. So this is another add-on I picked up over the weekend because I can't stop. And Aquaflow Pro, and it did some neat stuff. You can basically grab them for and apply it to curves or ground or any of that stuff. But the ground one seemed neat to me for what I was wanting to do this for. So let's actually grab it, copy the object, bring it over here. And I'm going to turn off geoscatter for right now, but I'll leave the other trees on so we can see them. Paste. And it's not very big yet, but what happens if we go up and we select it? I said it was 3 by 3. Let's make it, and this is, we're going to kind of going depth along, we're turned sideways from how I like to be normally, but that's okay. So Y, let's make it 8. Cool. You might need to go wider than that. And if we solo it and we play, it just does this kind of interesting little field thing. But if we go to custom force, let's try this. It creates this moving amount. And if we look at it, that feels very neat to me. I wish we could put a little bit more noise into it, which I mean, I guess we could. Let's go look at it, see if we can see how bad the geometry nodes are on it. How complicated is this stuff? It is pretty complicated. Maybe we don't need to be playing with that just yet. Yeah, I was gonna try to add a little bit of waviness to the Y, but maybe not. And particle density, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit just to make it. And 10. And rewind. Pause. Unsolo. I might need to go a little bit more than that even. Let's take this instead of 0.1. It'll go faster if we move it more. 0.2. But it might make it stringier too. Let's see, which would be cool if it did. A little bit. No, there are no kittens. There have been no kittens. I'm completely unsure as to what that was even talking about, honestly. So that's cool. We want it wider though. I'm going to cut it down particle density to 500 because it can be kind of wispy. And make it 15 meters wide. Yeah, it went right over my head, Michael. Sorry, I missed that one. All righty. Yeah, that's kind of neat. I want it, unfortunately, I need it wide enough that we don't see the edge. I might need to set a camera soon too. I think we do. Let's set our camera. If we're getting into that. Weird time. Anamorphic. What did I just do? That's better. We need to go back further though too. Because back where we want to start from. I think that's a good place for it to start. Can it go over anymore? No. So we need to be wider. 25. It's gonna be huge. See if my computer can handle it. Hopefully can. Save. Cut it down even less. We'll go to like 300 particle density. It doesn't have to look like water. So I don't think it's rain. I think it's supposed to be a wave because it has objects, collision objects. It says it was emit from ground. So I think it's supposed to be like the top of water on like a river. I don't actually think it's very good for water. There are other ones that comes with. The curve is cool, but we may use it too. But I just thought this looked neat. So, you know, um, velocity noise 0.05. Let's just punch that up a bit, see what happens. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but I think it's neat looking. That looks cool. That's giving me. And I gave it a custom force to move it along the x-axis. So otherwise it would just sit still and kind of warble. And it warbles nicely. It looks cool. So we're breaking a perfectly good use of water to do something else. So, and we're making a lot of polys, I think, too. So let's pause, see if we've gotten far enough along. Yes, we have. Okay. Not going to make any more than that, I don't think. But it does create this kind of like stream of stuff. And if we change and they're just instance points, but we can change the material. It comes with some different ones on its own. Like, is there a magma? But there was. Maybe not put it in here. But we can certainly tweak it to do something different. I just like the way it's putting them in there. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I love using things where they're not supposed to be. I think it's one of the best uses of a tool. Honestly, it's what makes art. If you're just making exactly what it is, then you're following somebody else's vision. Once you break a tool, then you're doing something fun with it. Fluid 5. I don't want it to be water this time. I want this one to be more light. Let's go look at Fluid 5. Shading. Yeah, these can't have slots, but I think, can I just do Fluid 5? Fluid 5. It's probably, oh, there is, ooh, cool. We do have some colors. What's it doing? This guy makes all sorts of shit that he just like leaves separate. They're not the most. It's the same person that made that big collection of geonodes that had like fur and rocks and whatever else, and some of them are really good, but it feels like he doesn't document anything. You know, he's like, what? What are you doing? I don't know. Just too principled right now. Okay, let's just make our own. Emission, color, surface. And we're going to have to drive that by something. I'm just going to get rid of all this. I don't really think I need any of it. and Shift A, search, noise, texture, sure. I'm gonna drive that into our ramp. Let's just solo this thing. I'm not even sure it's gonna work because, yeah. Is it? No, it might be. Yeah, we're getting different varieties. It's just everything's going into here, this one. Um, search ramp. Are we getting different results? Are they all black? No, we're getting different results. Good. Okay. Scale 25. Okay, that should be better then. Let's see. That should give us lots of different. Yeah, that gives us lots of different colors. Okay, now I can push them back. I want more. I liked this blue more. It's mostly going to be that with some other ones. Ah, yes. I understand. No, I really do. Let's see. Do I want to do with translucent or transparent? Let's do translucent. Also with this color. Mix these two together. There we go. And increase by factor. Or actually, let's do a new factor. Noise. Texture again. Now, actually, can we run this factor into... I don't know if it's making any difference, but sure. Strength 5. It's going to be brighter. Just sort of trying some things. And layout. I just want something weird going across our sky. And I feel like we've got something weird going across our sky. And water. I want to change my angle slightly because I want to see the ground. What's the point in making? Okay. There we go. There we go. Now we got some water. Got some rain. Got some geoscatter coming across there. Control save. Cool. And what do we got? We're not gonna look. It's not gonna look right till we change the sky, which I guess we can do. Let's do another one that's not supposed to be what it is, but I think it'll work. HDR. Is it 49 that I was looking at? JPEG. I think it's 49. Yes. Yeah, it is. We want one of these like 1194. That's city lights supposedly, but it's just going to look like a light to us, I think. Let's do 1194. Grab it. Add it. Yeah. You honestly can't even super tell because of the streaming light, but that's cool. Got a lot of that. Maybe. I want to try this thing again. Let's go back to shade. Instead of translucent, let's make it transparent. Get rid of that connection. And soul this sucker. No, come on. I'd have to turn off Bag of Rain. Just gonna geoscatter off. Bag of Rain off. This thing. Just want to solo it. Right. Have I ever used Blender to make abstract art? Yeah, every once in a while. It's certainly possible. I don't make a lot of abstract things. I'm very not wired that way. Let's see. Does that give us more cuts? Why is that not transparent? It should be. Oh, no, that's connected. It should be coming through. Because we were getting, the no noise is working. Because we're seeing it here. That's 100% black. Oh, because it should be 100% white, because I have them absolutely reversed. Because I'm an idiot. Right. There we go. We'll go with dark to dark, just because it makes it feel like you're, like I'm making it darker. Right, okay. There we go. Everyone but me saw that, right? We all knew that was working, and I was just stupid. Okay. Cut some holes in our thing. Mm-hmm. Now this my GPU can handle this okay. This isn't a problem yet. We can make it a problem. We'll throw some real fog in there, a couple of volumetric lights. It'll be, yeah, then it'll be good. But okay, now that's right. Gives a little bit more openness in that space. And of course, it's a lot darker now too because of that. So world, we can bring our brightness back up again. Exposure of 1. Something like that. Rain back in. And geoscatter back in. Where are we at? We're at like an hour. Okay, we're doing good. I'm going to just make rain unselectable. Maybe we want that a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, sorry. That is working for me. I want to do a bit more though. Now that we have that flowing there, this is going to be our new collection wave, flux wave group. We'll call it that. Turn it off. Turn off rain. Turn off geoscatter again. Okay. I want to make we'll use the curves one this time. Copy it. Paste it. Yeah. Edit it. X vertices Bezier curve. Actually, I'm going to do that too. We're going to go with draw. Make the swoop noise. Gotta do it. Gotta go as we move across. GZ. And we can go B. G. And solo the sucker. Oh. Now let's turn this off so we can actually see it. There we go. O. G. 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 Comes around there like that, up and over, and we want to move this one. Get a good sweepy curve. Like that. So it's doing something kind of like that. And we're at 62 for the other one. Let's see what 62 does for this one. Hello. Oh, I do have to turn it back on. This is what I was talking about, some of the other things it'll do, which is neat. Get this kind of stream thing going like that. That is super cool. Let's turn back on FluxWave and see if we're going to have them both. That's fine. And I think this should have the same material. We want fluid 5, right? Yeah. Fluid 5. And I don't want this one to actually be different, so I have to go to fluid 5. Shading. Fluid 5. And we're going to make it its own thing. Stream fluid. Stream fluid's just going to be, well, we'll make it have some ups and downs, but not like that. There we go. So this one should still be fluid 5, right? Material, fluid 5. This one should be stream fluid. Oh yeah, now this, I can see all kinds of potentials. It's good for fire. You do magical effects, all kinds of stuff, which is kind of, I guess we are using it for magical effects, but I actually want it to be a bit less bright too, I think. This one. Particle density, I want to cut it down a little bit. 5,000 is quite a lot. Let's try like 5,555. Let's try 1,111. See what it does. There's the other one coming across, spreading out. We're going very slow because I'm doing it in color. But I'm kind of curious now, so I'll let it keep inching along it. You know what? Under a frame a second. Boop, here it comes. Yeah, I think that's better. Look at it go. That's just creepy. I want to try one more thing too. I know. 0.1. But we'll go grayscale this time. Yeah, I like it thinner. Definitely hit a wall there, didn't it? It's like, ah, man, slow. It doesn't need to go back that far, except that I might do a different angle. So let's pause. Let's see if 90's good. You can kind of see it creep around the edge there. It's a little bit. Okay. Oh, I like it. I'm going to turn off flux wave again for right now. This bad boy here. Turn off in edit mode. Tab. Draw. There. And GZ. There we go. And rewind. And leave edit mode. Water bending. Look at that. I like it. I actually do like it a little further, but let's see where we want it to go to. Kind of like it right as it goes around that curve like that. And this one, I actually think I want to move in a little bit. So it curves more down like that. Let's give it a little bit of height difference too, so it's not just going straight. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So we were at like 142 is what we thought we liked. Let's see. Kinda. I might even do these. I might even just do a couple of these and get rid of the wave. In all honesty, I think it might work out better. Yeah, like I saw this one and I'm like, that's cool. And then I was like, the land one's cool too, but I bought it for this one. But maybe I won't even do the wave because these are neat. We could just do a couple more of these and it'd probably be way easier on our processor anyway. Tab, draw again. Another one. And another one. And not drawing on surface though. Should be. Surface. There we go. Now they will. I think. Ooh, that one got all kinds of wonky on that tree, didn't it? Let's get rid of those trees. Botanic. I'm just going to put all these in, but these are not actual Botanic app things, but whatever, it's fine. Botanic. There we go. Now this bad boy tab. Let's delete that again. 7 and draw. There and there. Go to global, GZ, bring it up. Ooh, we get these weird loops here where it did this thing. We don't want that. That's kind of interesting, but Control X, just get rid of that. Control X, get rid of that. There we go. Control X. There we go. Okay. L G Z. Cool. 1 G. That's a neat looking little flow. This is a little too much flow. Let's just get rid of that. Tab. And rewind. I mean, that's just fucking cool. We might not want it right. That one seems like it's right in my way camera-wise, isn't it? Let's see. Tab. Yeah, this one is a little bit too close to my camera. That seems better, probably. Rewind, play. Oh no, this will render. This won't take me more than. This will take about 6 or 7 minutes to render. It's not bad. I kind of want it like that, just so we can see them coming up over the hill. I think we want one more though. I think let's look at it from camera. I think we want one down here as well. Let's move this. Oh, he's part of the ground. Can't. Tab. Draw. Run around like that. And 0, GZ, GY. Yeah, I like it there. Tab. Rewind. Let's see if that does it for us. Oh yeah, that's cool. I think that's about a good spread of that stuff right there. Cool. That's some nonsense. And what's our material on it? Did I change it? I don't think I did. Should be stream fluid. So it's gonna be mostly blue with some red in there, right? Yep. That's cool. And we could turn back on our overhead wave. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's cool. Sure. I don't hate it. Save. Turn back on Botanic. Right. Back on Geoscatter. Right. Back on Rain. Right. Got lots of stuff. It's kind of hard to see what's going on though, as much as I think it's cool. It's one of those shots that like, is it gonna be cooler if it were an animation? Let's bring that one back. I think that might be better too. Just gives a little bit more room there. I tend to like making these shots and you're like, oh wait, this shot doesn't actually look that good as a still. It's mostly supposed to be an animation. And I still do it anyway because, you know, that's just who I am. Flux wave off. Let's put a person or two hiding in here because I think we're gonna want that. Do I ever do anime? I have done animations. I don't actually enjoy them that much. They're all right. I like animations where I don't have to put people in them more. I find that to be a lot of work, and I get lazy. So I want like, oh yeah, no. And it's one of the things where like, it is a fine shot to show a VFX person to be like, this is what it would look like, and they'd get it. But it's not the kind of shot that, it's not an illustration per se, which I don't always claim that I'm trying to make. But if you share it online, people assume that that's what it is. So like you look and you're like, yeah, no one liked this one because it didn't look like a book cover. You're like, all right, that happens. But um, person. Let's put a person here. I'm gonna kill geoscatter too, just to, and bag of rain, just so I don't have to see it. These we're gonna leave because they're gonna affect our composition a lot more. Human gen. I think I am going to do a white guy, and the reason is I need something brighter in the shot. Let's do this old guy though. It's dark enough that it will be easier to light this one for a white dude. So I'm gonna, again, take the easy path out. Face, I'm just gonna randomize it. So he's got a different face. Ooh, not that one. We don't want to give him the bug eyes. That seems okay. Cool. Height, we want him taller than 5'4". What's 5'9"? Yeah, he's still a shorty, but okay. Skin, randomize it a little bit, turn on subsurf. We'll leave his underwear on. Hair, he's got some already, but let's make it accurate. Clothing. I don't know what to give him. We'll give him the Mortal Kombat outfit. Kind of works. Next, pose. Let's see. There are a couple of new ones that might work for us. Looking for no, not really. Maybe like a cowering pose, like a fear pose. Mixamo might have one. Let's look. Do I have any Mixamo up already? No, fine. Mixamo. This won't take too long. I think I still have a let's see. Yeah, cool. I still have a human gen character in here, so we can do fear. Do we have anything? That doesn't, none of those look fear. Cower. No. All too heroic. I want someone like scared. Scared. No, those are dumb. Crouch. He's gonna look more. I'm gonna do that. Sure. And download. I'm not worried about the frame per second because I'm not gonna mess with that too much. Although maybe a little bit I will, but we'll see. Crouch to the ground corner, sure. And I'm actually take him and I'm just gonna grab this whole guy. Select hierarchy, copy objects, go to here, just make a new one. Don't save. So that I can get rid of the animated data beforehand. Okay, so I think I've done this in stream before, but I use the Rococo Studio Live, which is a free plugin to retarget. And I need to import my other guy too. So import FBX. Crouch looking around corners. And he's very tiny, but it doesn't matter. And he is our source. And he is our target. Build the bone list. And retarget the animation. Cool, I'm all right with that. So let's take Ronald and clear the animation data. If I have to move him now, I can, but now he's not going to have that. Copy, or select hierarchy, Control C, copy objects. Delete him, Control V, paste him. Good, good, good. R. Kind of. Yeah, it's like I knew we were gonna have to like adjust him a little bit because the ground never works out exactly how you want it to. But that's not bad. Okay, so grab it. Pose mode. Let's go to local and individual origins, make sure. And turn that on. And let's bring the arm out from underneath the ground. You don't have to be too careful, but just a little bit's good. Like this arm here. Maybe we'll unbend his hand so he's not sticking out. There we go. And some of this is that weird stuff that you get from bones applying wrong, but we can fix it. Okay, pose, object mode, go to his outfit, and we gotta go to sculpt mode, and we're just gonna use this. Let's bring it back. First, we'll fix his knees. And we'll come down here and fix that. I'm just gonna see if we can't just smooth this down. Bring that down and in. We're gonna have to bring this out. It's not gonna hold up super close because the polys are low, but I think it'll be okay for what we're doing. As they say, good enough for close enough for government work. Now his loincloth isn't at least sticking straight up. We can come back and fix his legs. One more time. And his chest. And his shoulder. There is our guy. Oh, and yeah, let's adjust his pose, sure. Or, well, let's try adjusting his pose. See if it tweaks his knees to the point we don't like it anymore. Probably okay. That's all right. And then this guy, bad boy here. Just bring it up a bit. That's okay, cool. And down a bit. And let's just rotate it that way. Cool. It's sticking out a little bit, but it's muddy, so he's okay. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Object mode. Turn back on geoscatter. It's buried underneath a plant anyway. It's cool. And rain. And this thing, what is that? It's our rain drop, right? Droplet. I'm just gonna turn it off. There we go. That's cool looking. Okay, and we're basically at time, but I'm just gonna do a little bit more for the lighting, but I think we're just about where we want to be. Yeah, like you can't really see him too well. We're a little dark. So, and I want to see more of our land too. So we could do a couple of things. First off, let's see what happens if we just bring up the overall exposure of the shot. Photographer. See if it gets too bright. If we go to like 7. 7 seems pretty bright. 8. I'm not super liking that red light, honestly. Although it's not awful, but it just feels a little 9. Let's see, 9. I'm okay with that for a background. But then let's give this guy Shift A, light, an area, nice soft area light. GZ. This is one of those filmic things that it's like this light has it is not motivated, it doesn't make any sense, and we're going to do it anyway. Because 500. See how bright that is. Very. 50. We're getting all that, we're getting that shine on that ground. Let's see if we can do this a little bit more. No, we're still getting it. Where we made our ground wet here is the problem. Maybe let's make it a little smaller. Let's go back to 1. And let's spread to 90. So we're going to take our power way down. 5, 10, 25. And 25 seems okay. And we'll change our color to a very cool, like 9,000 Kelvin. That seems okay. Now we have the advantage of having that red in the background, which is kind of neat. I think I might turn it down just a little bit. And we can do that in our HDR maker where we set the exposure to +1. Let's go to like 0.75, 0.5. 0.5 seems good. So we got that red in the background. Meanwhile, everything else is just going nuts. And focus on our guy. And I'm going to try to avoid fog on this one, just because it really does slow it down if we don't need it. So it's going to be we've got enough other particles floating around the sky that we don't maybe need to fill up the world with particles. We could leave. So right now we have our fake fog set to a start of 5 and an end of depth of 25. Let's go to depth of 40 and a start of 5. That will make it, I might need to change that again later. And unfortunately we can't see that until it finishes rendering because that's one of the nodes that they have yet to make work in compositing. But that's where we're at. I feel like that works a lot better to like have a subject and something happening to them, then we could turn, let's see the wave on too. Is that gonna be too bright? No, that's cool too. And it doesn't change the brightness very much. We'll do that. All right, folks. Well, we have made a Fluxstorm. It's a very strange, weird, glowy storm everywhere. I mean, the great thing about the term of Fluxstorm, it can be pretty much anything, but you know. And yeah, I like this plugin. It's cool. It's a little bit weird to work with, and you kind of, It's probably a little helpful if you understand geometry nodes because he has zero, like I said, documentation, but it's got some powerful effects to it. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm gonna render us off and get it posted up and be back again tomorrow. Thanks everybody for stopping in with me. It's always good to have people around. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was great to have you back. Um, and yeah, see you folks later. Have a good rest of your day. Okay, bye.